Hi everybody. Today is a kind of a interesting video because I had originally intended to vlog showing you my entire beauty collection of stuff that I have. It's not actually that big. All the beauty stuff that I have before going into 2023 for my no-buy year, which I will link that video in the description. However, if you have not been following me on the interwebs, my family has come down with COVID. I don't have it, and it's mostly my son is already better. My husband is on the mend, but I am in kidney failure, so he's very isolated right now, and I am exhausted from kind of keeping up with the whole house without his backup, as well as being in kidney failure. So I already cut off vlogging for the rest of the year, but today was going to be a live stream, and I don't have the energy for that either. So I decided, why don't I just post the footage that I had vlogged this past weekend of my beauty collection? Well, I went in to go look for it, and I do have all of the footage of going through my makeup, but I don't have the footage of going through my bathroom, and I don't really feel like going through my whole bathroom, so I thought what I would do is bring down everything that I have in excessive quantities. I don't have a problem with things like shampoo, conditioner, hair products. I used to, but not really. I've found ones that work for me. Moisturizer. I have a few samples from Sephora when it comes to moisturizer that I'll need to use up. And I have some travel items like travel cleanser, travel whatever that I'm going to use up because I'm not traveling this year. However, I don't have any excessive backstock or anything. I just use it up and then I get another one. I have the sunscreen I like, I use it up, I get another one. I have the deodorant I like, I use it up, I get another one. Like, most of those items, I don't tend to impulse purchase, and I don't tend to like overly accumulate a bunch of partly used ones. I used to, but I don't really do that anymore. When it comes to skincare, there are a couple of items that I do tend to impulse buy, and I collected those to show you what I've got in advance of the new year and the no-buy year, and then I will insert the footage I took of going through my makeup collection because I still have that footage. So if this video seems a little wacky, that's why. So we'll start with the skincare items like I said. Skincare steps that I don't always take. Currently I'm not taking, but I want to get back into them. Not a huge amount. Serums and eye cream. I have not found an eye cream I like as much as the IT Cosmetics one, but I really didn't want to spend that much money on it. So I've been trying inexpensive ones, but I haven't really used them enough to know if I like them or not. I have the Trader Joe's Super Supreme Hydrating Eye Cream and the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. Both smell fine. I think that they're fine to use. So if I want to buy another eye cream, I have to use these two up first. And then these are serums. These two I know I like. The Luna Sleeping Oil from Sunday Riley and the CEO Glow from Sunday Riley. And I want to use them both up because they are fucking expensive. And these are the small bottles. I just haven't gotten around to it recently. But somehow I've accumulated these three as well. The Trader Joe's Hyaluronic Acid Moisture Boost Serum. The Vitamin C Serum Shot from Sweet Chef. And then I got this Great Skin Serum from Merit as a free sample from Sephora. So again, I would like to incorporate serums into my skincare again this year, but I am not going to buy any more. So the only way I will get rid of any of these is if they mess up my skin, which they haven't in the past, but my skin is continually evolving, especially with kidney failure. The other thing I'm going to do is just separate them into, these would be evening serums for me, and then these would be daytime serums. So these are two separate categories. So if I run out of both of these, not bloody likely looking at how much is in both of these, and if I run out of these, again, not bloody likely, I can replace them. But I don't anticipate that being the case. What I'm really curious of is to see if I can whittle this whole amount down to less. If I could end the year with just one in each of these categories, even if it's from this group, I would feel great. Can you see where I have a problem? Hand creams and like body creams. Now I also have, I didn't bring down, but I have a big bottle of Jergens and a big bottle of Eucerin in my linen closet, but those are really family lotions. They're not my lotions. Now the funny thing is I know which ones of these I like the most, but I'm going to need to use these up before I buy more. Okay, I've kind of got them organized. So the easy one is this Desert Essence Perfect Pistachio Foot Repair Cream. It's okay. And it works. It does what it needs to do. It's not fabulous, but it works. And so it's mostly a summertime thing for me. I actually bought this one when I ran out of the other foot repair cream I was using. So, but this really won't be something I use too much of until the warmer weather hits. So this one is not, a foot repair cream is probably not going to be the area that I struggle with. These are just my basic hand creams. This is a Bath and Body Works gingham flavored one, and this is a like Hydra Replenish Vaseline cocoa butter one. I usually keep this one in the kitchen for after I wash my hands, and then this one has usually been a purse hand cream. So they have their purposes. I don't know if I'm going to run out of these anytime soon, but these are just basic hand creams. These guys are body butters, and I don't use body butters as much as I would like. This one. This is the Sugar Plum Scented Body Butter I got from Trader Joe's last year in their Christmas stuff. And then this is a Sleep Flavor Aromatherapy from Bath & Body Works, their aromatherapy line, the chamomile and bergamot. You'll see that scent pop up again. This one usually lives in my office, and this one usually should live next to my bed. These are like body creams, like not butters, but body creams. This one is the same scent as the body butter, the chamomile and bergamot aromatherapy from Bath and Body Works. And I have had, this was hiding in my office. I forgot that I even had this. So I'm probably going to swap over to both the body butter and this cream once the spring hits and the weather is not quite as dry. This Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty, the Intense Hydration, I used this last year as well in the winter because my skin just gets sucked. The dryness, I live in Denver and it's so dry here in the winter. My skin just hates life. And so this really works in the winter, but these should be fine in the summer. So hopefully I'll be able to I'm pretty sure I'll get through this. I usually do get through this. I say usually, it's been a year. I'm going to try to get through as much of these as I can in the summer. But if the wintertime hits next year and I start using this on my alligator skin and it triggers more psoriasis outbreaks from me or makes my skin more sensitive, then I will just go back to this one because I know this one works. But this is my real problem. This has not always been my problem. My problem was always stuff like this. But here in Denver, my hands, my poor hands, need something extra than just a basic hand cream, especially at night before I go to bed. And so all of these are basically what I would refer to as like the extra strength, like healing ointment type creams. Now this one from Kiehl's is expensive. It's the Ultimate Strength Hand Salve. I've talked about it in my favorites. This is my like lifesaver in the winter, but I love it all year round. However, I can't in good conscience buy another bottle of this when I run out of it without going through these. CeraVe Healing Ointment. This one works okay. It says non-greasy feel. I want to say that it's a little greasier feeling than this one, which is why I don't prefer this one. But definitely on like the drier days, this will work really well for me. And if I run out of this one might take its place down in the kitchen. I've used the Norwegian Formula hand cream before. This has worked really well for me in the past. My skin used to kind of molt when the seasons changed. It's a little intense for what I really need on the regular. This is kind of like a break glass in case of emergency, but I will see if I can get through this. Now I may declutter this or give this to somebody else. This Lanolin Hands Milk and Honey Hand Cream Intense. I actually don't like this very much. This is really stiff. The smell, the milk and honey smell, I thought it would be really nice, but it reminds me of like the kinds of lotions my grandma used in the 80s and not in a comforting way. And it's a really stiff lotion that takes a lot to rub in. And I have sensitive skin, especially, ooh, see, I'm getting dry again. So let's try some of this healing ointment. No, let's try some of this Norwegian hand cream rather than the Kiehl's. Maybe I'll keep this one in my office before videos. Let's see how greasy it makes me, because I'm going to be touching paper again. And I usually put it on the top of my hands and then rub it in that way, because currently the major dryness I'm experiencing is actually on the top of my hands, not this side, which is different than it's been for me in the past. The lanolin one, smell kind of grosses me out, and it's really stiff and doesn't, like, for the amount you have to put on, it's either going to be super greasy because you have to put a lot on to really get a good satisfying, like, rubbing it in, or it's not going to hardly go on at all, and you're going to spend all your time rubbing your hands together for nothing. And so I don't think I'm going to keep that one. That one I think would feel good passing on to somebody else who it might work better for, because honestly, like, it would feel really shitty to even have to use this much of it up, which is a shame, because as you're going to see, I like their balm for their lips. And then this Trader Joe's Ultra Moisturizing Hand Cream is also very stiff, but it doesn't smell like this one, so I actually can live with this one. And then finally, the last bit before I go into my makeup is lip balms and treatments. I used to have the Laneige lip mask, which was a favorite of mine, but somehow it's stopped interacting with my lips the way I wanted it to, and so I gave it to my kid, and instead I bought this Auric lip, Plush Ritual Ceramide Lip Treatment. It comes with the little jade thing on top, but I cannot for the life of me open this unless I use my like fucking nail clippers or something to like, or like this to kind of pop it open with the little jade thing. I don't really care that much. I like it. I think it's a great lip treatment, and I only have a little bit left. And when I'm done with it, I'm going to clean this out and save the container because they did say they would offer refills at some point. But it's really expensive and you don't get very much. You only get 0.11 ounces. So as much as I love the other Auric product I have, and as much as I like this treatment, I don't know if I can justify spending the money on it. I do love this Lanolips 101 treatment. This has become my nighttime lip treatment of choice. It's a really thick balm. It's the Multi-Balm Strawberry. Now, technically, you can use it on like your cuticles and your elbows. I don't think I would do that. But as a lip balm, I love it. I just slather it on and it's working really well at night. I have this Skin Iceland limited edition berry lip fix that I got from a sample bag. Actually, I think it's dried out. So we're going to declutter this guy right now. This Winky Lux is like one of those pH balance color changing balms. I got it from Wild for Planners as a Christmas gift last year. And I really like it, but I didn't start using it until before I went to Washington State this November. So definitely this one is probably going to go into my purse. Then I've just got a basic organic vanilla lip balm and a handful of Burt's Bees ones. I'm going to put a couple of these in the kids' stockings. But other than that, these basic lip balms, so I guess these would all be basic lip balms to me. Obviously, I need to work through them before I buy another one. And then these two is what I would consider lip treatments. And I have to finish both of them before I can get another one. That's all my skincare stuff. Like I said, everything else is just basic items. And if you want to see what they are, I will do a better morning routine, which I was trying to film when my video went up about finding out Jesse had COVID. I will do better routines in the spring once I have gotten used to dialysis. Then I will definitely do some updated ones, and you can see all of the things I'm using on my face. But in the meantime, let's jump into the makeup. Before, this is everything, all of the makeup I own. I even went into my purse and found everything in there. Editing Cindy here. There are two makeup items I did show in the bathroom tour, and that is my two big eye palettes that I still kept. One is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and the other one is the Tati, Textured Neutrals palette. I like them both. I think they're both good, and I'm going to hang on to both of them. Side note, I bought these a few years back, before either influencer really started to annoy the shit out of me. So just remember that. But I'm not going to get rid of them because I don't like the person who makes them anymore. They'll work. I don't really wear powdered eyeshadow all that much, as you're going to see. But if I do want to wear them between those two, I have every color I could possibly need. I don't think there's anything else. There may be something random hiding, but if there's anything random hiding, it's probably another fucking lip balm. All right, I guess we will start with face products. I didn't know where to categorize this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. It's primer, concealer, highlighter, and BB cream. I tend to either use this as a very, very, very light highlighter or as kind of an all-over situation when on my most no makeup days. However, while I don't hate it, it's cool. I'm not going to replace it once I use it up, I'm done with it. I don't need this, I don't think. But I'm not going to get rid of it because it's working just fine for what it is. So there's that. The two that are the most obvious are my Glossier, which if you recognize it from Hot Wallet Summer, I'm still fucking going on this. There's not much left though, and there's a point where I might want to throw it away. I've had this for a few years now, and I know it's old, and I just bought the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, shade 14W. I don't even know what shade this is because I can't even read it on here. I got a sample of this from Sephora and was testing it out because I have used other tinted moisturizers and skin tints that I do not like how they look on my skin, but I used this for about a week and I liked it. And since I knew I was probably going to be tossing this, I decided to go with this. So this is a category where I may want to get something different. I'll probably use this a few more times and sniff it and see if I feel like it's not working as well, and then just toss it for the Rare Beauty. But those are my base products. Then we also have concealers. These are concealers that I know what I like, and when I run out of them, I'll replace them. One of them I'll probably run out of way faster than the other, as you'll see. For under my eyes brightening, I love, this is a pricey bitch, but I have, even the e.l.f. one, I have tried the e.l.f. one. I don't like it as much. This is what I use for brightening under my eyes, and maybe after kidney failure, once I have a transplant, I will spend less money on my under eye concealer, but this, I just want to brighten up the fact that I look like I'm dying. And it's the YSL Touche Éclat Radiant Touch. A relatively new one, though, because I did run out of the other one sometime in the last, like, 6 months. So, I don't know. This one may last me all year, but it may not. This one will definitely last me all year. This is the Benefit Boing Industrial Strength Concealer. And as you can see, I have used it quite a bit, and I have not even made a dent in it, like a barely any dent. I either apply this with my finger or with a brush for, like, zits. And if I have redness around my nose, that's what I'll use for this one. But yeah, I don't anticipate needing any other concealer besides these. If I happen to run out of either of them, more likely this one, I'll just replace it with the same one, most likely. As you can see, in some of these categories, I am totally fine with what I have, and I just need to run out of it and replace it. We haven't gotten to the ones where I'm going to have problems. Okay, so for blush, I am a cream blush hoe. I currently have these 3. I had the Lisa Eldridge. I love the Lisa Eldridge, but the packaging fucking died on me, and I had it in a plastic bag, and it just didn't feel sanitary. That's going to be one that's going to be hard to not buy when she re-releases them, but I don't anticipate needing more. This Rare Beauty Melting Blush in Nearly Mauve. This was one I was trying to use up during Hot Wallet Summer, and while I haven't used it up, I have used more of it, and I just love this. This is the one I usually wear on, like, the lighter makeup days. Or if I'm going, like today, I'm barely wearing anything. This is my Orgasm Multi-Stick from NARS, and I'll just slap a little bit of this on my cheeks and a little on my eyes. And as you can see, there is still plenty of it left, so no fears of running out of this one. And then finally, the Rare Beauty liquid blush, I don't remember what the name is, in the color Joy. I love this. It is very strong. I probably won't run out of it because I use the tiniest amount. It'll last forever, and this takes up, like, this is the one I wear when I'm on camera because I find a slightly, like, warmer, peachier color looks better on camera. But all 3 of these, I don't need any more blush. Say that, Cindy, because this is a category where I could very easily overbuy cream blush specifically. I don't like powder blush. It's never looked great on me, but cream blush is like my new best friend. So that's one to watch for. For powders, so I got this as a birthday gift last year. It's a translucent Laura Mercier I got from the Sephora birthday gift setting powder. I'm not a huge fan of it. Part of me thinks I might just give this to my kids, see if they want it, because I love this Rare Beauty. I'm a hoe for Rare Beauty, if you can't tell. The Rare Beauty setting powder is just fantastic, and I've broken it. The side has some broken spots because of how much I use it, but I just really love it. And when I run out of this, I may want to repurchase this, but I'll probably have to go through this first. And I think I'm just going to make that a challenge for me. 3 setting sprays, they all do something different. If you watch previous vlogs, you'll remember when I bought this Rare Beauty, I am almost out of it. I usually use it as a priming spray or like a freshening my face up. Once I'm out of it, I'm not going to repurchase because I think that this Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Mist will do the same thing. And so I have plenty of this to go through. So there's those 2. This guy is the all-nighter. This one I consider to be separate from these 2 because they do different things. This is the one that keeps my makeup on all day. These are the ones that keep me looking powdery. So I only buy this one in the travel size because it fits better in my thing and I don't use it often enough to go through the big one. So I don't know if I'll get the big one or the small one, but this one will definitely get replaced when I run out of it. Now we'll talk about highlighters. And I guess this guy could be in that equation, but it's not. So for underneath my foundation, for on top of my foundation, but under powder, is this Auric Glow Lust. I used to use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I like this better. I think that this flatters my skin better. It's the Glow Lust in Selenite. It's pricey, but I love it. And a little bit goes a long way. I can wear it all over my face, and I can wear it just in highlighter spots, and I only have to use a tiny, tiny amount of it. I probably will run out of this first, but if I run out of Auric first, I still have to go through this before I can rebuy the Auric, because this can serve the same purpose. And then my powder highlighter, which I will sometimes put on top of my powder if I didn't wear anything on my cheeks underneath, and if I'm filming, and that's the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is a super cheap thing, but beware, this is the second one I've owned, and both times the top has just broken right off. But I finally threw it away because the first one I had, not because I ran out of it, but because the top had broken and I felt like it had gotten gross. So we'll see how long this one lasts. This will definitely be one that if I don't use it up, but I'm grossed out by it because of the top being broken, I will probably replace. I do have one bronzer product. I used to have the Physicians Formula. I decluttered it, gave it to somebody because it was way too stiff for me. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer, and it's a little orangey, but it's perfect for what I need right now. If I get a transplant, I will likely have to change this color out. But it is the Power Boost Bronzer Stick, some color. I don't know what color. I have heard good things about the Merit. When I do finally have to repurchase, I probably won't run out of this year. But if I have to change the color out when I eventually get a transplant, I'll probably try something besides this one. Not bad. From what I have heard, there's better out there. Now, in this category, much like in the other categories, there are a lot of tried and true that I'm not worried about. And then there's the one specific spot that I am worried. Let's go with the non-worries first. Mascara. I have one mascara. It's the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions in the black color. I think it's Bryn. Tried it back in Hot Wallet Summer. I had a different mascara. I gave that one a try. I used it up, but I didn't like it. I just love this one. I have not found a mascara I like as much as this in the past couple of years. So I have a backup of this. And the reason I have a backup is because I have to order it online, and you can get a discount if you order 3 at one time. And it's nice to have them because even if I don't fully run out of it, after an X amount of time, you do want to replace them so you don't get it gets gross after a while. It gets so close to your eyes. So yeah, I love this one. I don't anticipate going on any sort. The closest thing I consider maybe is ordering a different color, but even then I'm not that adventurous. These are my eye and brow pencils. I don't like this Thrive as much as I thought I would. A little too stiff for me. I prefer a more kohl-like pencil, but I have plenty of this one left. So this is the Thrive Cosmetics Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner in the brown color, Ella. And I used to have a NYX sharpen kind of kohl pencil, and that's what I want to get when I'm done with this one, but I have to use this one up first, and it's going to be a while. And then I don't do anything with my brows very often, but when I do, I want to have just a brown, like an ash brown, and this NYX pencil serves me fine. Plenty of it left. Like I said, I don't do anything to my brows besides occasionally pluck a stray and occasionally fill it in, so I don't anticipate running out of that, and I also don't anticipate feeling the need to get more. This category used to be one that I actually decluttered a few of these that were old. I'm not as into this anymore, so I don't imagine that I'm going to feel the need to buy more of these, but these are stick eyeshadows, like cream stick eyeshadows. I have tried multiple colors of the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. This is Rose Quartz, and I kept this one because it was a color that I didn't have in something else. It's okay. They're not as bright and as poppin' as the higher cost ones, but it works as a inner corner or just all over the lid if I am in a rush. The same thing for the rest of these. The Thrive Cosmetics Brilliant Eye Brightener in Stella. This is the one that kind of set off my love of this kind of eyeshadow, and this is maybe my third one of these. I don't know if I'm going to replace it when I run out. Let's see the color of this one. Yeah, this is an my eyes but better kind of color. That's so pretty. I'll put the Rose Quartz next to it so you can kind of see the difference in them. So you can see that the colors I have are different enough from each other, because there's going to be a moment with the lipsticks where you're like, oh, maybe not. So there's the Rose Quartz from e.l.f. and the Stella. We have 2 more of these, both from Laura Mercier. This was in the same birthday gift as the powder. This is Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Strapless. And this is a darker kind of taupey color. This one's a lot softer and creamier than the other 2. And then this is also Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. This is Strike a Rose. And this one is a very, very pink color, like a dark pink. So as you can see, all 4 of these are different colors. I did declutter the e.l.f. ones that I like the texture of the Laura Mercier better, so I just decluttered the e.l.f. ones. But I don't imagine I think I just need one of these in my collection eventually just to have something to brighten up my eyes. And it'll probably still be the Thrive Cosmetics one, because that one is my favorite of them all. 2 powder eyeshadows that serve very different purposes. This old crusty Maybelline I use this as an eyeliner with an angled brush. I don't always use it, but sometimes I do. And so I'm hanging on to that, especially since it gives me a look I like better than the Thrive pencil. And then this one, this was an impulse buy at Ulta. This is like a soft kind of smushy eyeshadow situation. It's like a very nice wet. I know that they make like fancy ones of this of like Urban Decay and Tom Ford. But this Ulta Beauty one is a lot less expensive, and what it does really, it's got like a nice soft texture. You can use it as a topper on top of an eyeshadow, which I will use on top of this Rare Beauty one, or just by itself, and it just gives you this really pretty like shimmer. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's see here. See how pretty that is? It's just like a nice subtle shimmer. That's going to be one where I would probably want to, like, I know there's a Velvet Cowboy or a Midnight Cowboy or some Space Cowboy fucking bullshit from Urban Decay that I would love to give that's similar to that, but I just don't need it. So that's something to remind myself of. This is the area that I am down the rabbit hole of and could be a problem. I only have 3 and I want to keep it that way. Lisa Eldridge just released a whole bunch more shades and there's a couple I really wanted and I didn't buy them. These are liquid eyeshadows and I love them for quick, slap them on your lids, blend them out with your finger or with a brush, and then you're done. And they look like you did a fancy look, and that's why I love these. So the Rare Beauty one is matte. It's the only matte one I have, and I will top it with this Ulta Beauty sometimes. It is so pretty. They all go on really nice. They blend really beautifully, and they stay. But like, this is just a beautiful mauve. It's the same color as that blush, and when you blend it out on your eye for my skin tone, it's like the perfect one and done matte eye color, and it's just, I love it. Then these 2 Lisa Eldridge ones are her Liquid Lurex. I love them both for the same reason. The Bianca one, this one here, is a little subtler. But just, god damn it, look how pretty that is. And it can just build out so beautiful. And then on my skin tone, it's subtler. And then this Angelica one is a little bit warmer, and this is the one I really like to wear if I'm getting a little fancier. It's a little warmer, a little bit more bronzy, which has been, my skin tone is hasn't always been this warm, but kidney failure, man. So yeah, those are just so fucking gorgeous. And they don't budge, they look beautiful. And my biggest concern is that I don't buy any more of them, even though you can see I've used this Bianca one quite a bit. While the eyeshadow category is one that has some pitfalls, the one that is full of pitfalls is lips. I have this kind of divided into textures. So lips are, you're going to see something really funny here. I tend to gravitate towards similar shades. I am a hoe for lip products, and it was never really it was always a huge thing. So we'll start with lip pencils because they're easy. The one I tend to use the most, than like My Lips But Better, is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Cheat. And I'm going to show you these colors because I want you to see how similar they are to each other. This is the one I wear under lip gloss. This is the one I wear with pretty much any lipstick if I'm just looking to have a little bit of definition because I can tend to be pretty sloppy when I put lipsticks on. I love this lip pencil, and I'm not sure if I'll need to replace this particular lip pencil when it's running out because I feel like this one, the Lisa Eldridge pencil in Muse, is very similar. Yeah, this one's just a little bit peachier, a little bit warmer. And then we have the Lisa Eldridge lip pencil in Blush Lightly, which is my dark lip pencil for darker lips. But again, you can see they're not hugely different from each other. And then this is, I just found this one when I was going through my bag, my MAC lip pencil in Soar, which is a little bit more like dull than the rest of them. It's also not as creamy as the Lisa Eldridge ones. So, okay, I just answered my own question. I would have to run out of at least the Muse pencil, if not the Muse and the Soar pencil, before I would repurchase. The Blush Lightly is dark enough where that one I think is kind of its own, but I feel kind of silly for owning, especially these two, the Pillow Talk and the Lisa Eldridge Muse. They're not exactly the same, but they're close enough for my purposes. I'm not a fucking beauty like YouTuber. I'm not a beauty makeup artist. I don't need all those lip pencils. We'll do the one gloss that I've got, and we'll do lip oils. Gloss is not my favorite thing. I prefer a lip oil because they're more moisturizing. The Lisa Eldridge lip gloss is very plush and hydrating lip feeling. However, the applicator is not my favorite. It's a little skinny for me. But this is the Muse Gloss, and it is so gorgeous. And I love it. But I'm more into lip oils these days, so I've got 2 lip oils. This is the Dior one in the color Rosewood, which is, like, I love it. It's so expensive. It's one of the ones that kind of changes color based on your pH balance or whatever. And it's a very light one. I'm wearing it right now. It doesn't show up as extremely pigmented. This is, like, my favorite. Just throw it on even when I'm not wearing makeup, and I love how it feels. And then this Merit one is one that I like to wear when I'm a little fancier. This color is Au Naturel, and it is just fucking beautiful. It's a thinner than the Lisa Eldridge gloss, and it's more pigmented than the Dior. But I feel like my lip oil, so you see that they're different from each other, but like at the same time, my lip oil and lip gloss situation, like I need one. That's really all I need is one. So I have to run out of all 3, and then maybe I can have 1. Tinted balms, because like I said, all my untinted stuff is up in my drawer upstairs. This one is my longtime favorite. This is the NARS Laguna lip balm. I love this. For my skin tone, this is just sexy as fuck. It is a little bronzy, a little shimmery, not super obvious. This I absolutely adore. If I was going to keep one of any of these, it would be this one. So that's good to remember. The Honest one I got because I needed a tinted lip balm when I was out and I didn't have anything on me. And I like it okay. This is the color Fruit Punch. It feels hydrating, and you can put it on a couple times to get a nice color out of it. It's just not something I ever think about. So this is one I want to maybe take out of my purse and put into my caboodle so that I remember to wear it. This one I think I'm going to get rid of. This is the Ulta Beauty Tinted Jelly Balm in the color Mango. The color is beautiful. It's a very simple balm with a very, very light bit of color. But the smell, I can't even. I'm just going to have to, we're going to declutter that one. I'm setting that one to the side because just sniffing it now, that was in my purse. Sniffing it now, it's too much for me. It's like fake candy. And then this is the Chubby Stick from Clinique in the shade Bountiful Blush. And this one is the least balmy of them, the least like hydrating. The e.l.f. is the most hydrating, but I can't with the smell. But this one also offers the most color. So I like this Chubby Stick. But like I said, if I was going to keep one of these, it would be the NARS. That would be a good one to stick in my purse. And then now we're into the real problem for me, which is lipsticks. So we have mattes or matte-ish. And then these ones are more satiny / like hydrating style lipsticks. This is my favorite kind of formula right now, this hydrating formula. But the matte I also really like, especially for filming. So we'll go with those ones first. First and foremost is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. This, I think, set off my obsession with higher end lipsticks, because before I was like a totally like Revlon girl. Again, it's my lips, but better. And I just love it. And I don't know if I'm going to run out of any of these, but I love this color. So then these are 2 MAC lipsticks I found recently that were hiding in my stash. So it's been a while since I've used them. This one is Honey Love, which is a very neutral color. And actually, it's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, but the texture is a lot more matte. And it's a little bit more neutral than Charlotte Tilbury. This is a sample size of Twig, not a color I would usually pick for myself. I got this as a Sephora sample, but I'm getting more bold with my lip choices, so this may be one for me to try out. And then we have 2 Lisa Eldridge colors, Velvet Muse, which I just absolutely love. I like the Lisa Eldridge Velvets, especially because they're not overly drying on my lips. And then this one is Velvet Blush Lightly, which is a little out of my comfort zone, but I really like it. But as you can see, I tend to live in the same color family of lipsticks. They're all a little different from each other, but they're also all very similar to each other. So I hope that by the end of this year, I can whittle this down to just having like a basic My Lips But Better and a dark color that I'm happier with. And I'm not saying whittle it down by getting rid of them. I'm saying whittle it down by using them up and deciding which ones I'm the happiest with. I'm not as worried about buying more in this range because in like this matte, kind of matte, satiny matte kind of area. Like the Lisa Eldridge ones of all of them and the Charlotte Tilbury both, they all feel nice enough, but I prefer like a more slippy, hydrating kind of lipstick. And that's what these three are. This is the area that I'm the most worried about. So these are the Lisa Eldridge Luxuriously Lucent lipsticks. I love this formula. And then the Merit, I just bought this one, and this formula is also fucking amazing. And I would want the entire line of both of these if I could. So we'll start with the Lisa Eldridge. Dance Card is my favorite summer color. This is the one that's kind of similar, like inspired by the Audrey Hepburn color. It's like a pinky peach. So pretty in the summer. I love it. And the Painterly is the color I bought to wear on videos in the summer because it shows up more. This one is meant to be like a kind of a Rococo, like that kind of color that you see in a lot of Renaissance paintings. And it's just very, very gorgeous, but you can see that it's kind of sheer and very like hydrating feeling. This Merit color, I did not go with the same colors that I buy in everything else. I bought something out of the ordinary for me, and I'm proud of myself, and I think I'm going to wear the shit out of this next year, either blotted lightly to take it down a notch or wearing it full strength, and that is the Merit lipstick in Cabo. My goodness. This color, you guys. Oh my goodness. It is just, the formula is beautiful, and it's like a kind of a orangey red. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I don't think I would ever have worn a color like this before being in kidney failure. My skin is just enough yellow of an undertone where this color really does just look nice on me. I really wanted to go for like the L'Avenue or the, because I wanted to try that formula out. Either the L'Avenue or there's a couple of other brownie pink ones that would fit right in the rest of my colors. But this Cabo one, I can't. It reminds me of this nail polish color. Oh, it's so pretty. Anyway, so that's my makeup collection. It's everything that I'm starting the year out with. It's really not that massive, but definitely have some areas that I need to be careful in, and definitely have some areas that I could definitely, how many times am I going to say that? Definitely. I have so many there are some areas where I want to whittle it back over the course of the year rather than replacing things. Like I want to make sure it stays in this, like it can all fit in this caboodle, and it all can fit in this caboodle. So that's basically my goal, because I don't need more than this. I mean, I don't even need this much, but definitely don't need more than this. So over the course of this next year, I want to not, like this number of pieces, I didn't even count how many pieces it was. I will go back through and count when I'm editing, and I will pop that number up right here. When I come to the end of 2023 is when I count up what I have for makeup. I don't have any more than what I have now, and ideally that I have less. So that is something, if you're going to do any sort of no spend next year, I highly recommend you count and like kind of go through what you have. Not only because it will give you a starting point, but it'll remind you of what you have, so that like for me with some of those lip glosses or with some of my hand creams, I'll remember what I have before I buy something else. I'd love it if you tell me in the comments below, are you doing a no buy or a low spend? What is like one item, whether it's makeup or otherwise, that you have way too much of? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, my friends, peace.